Hello, how you doing? It's zAiDiBoy here. Salesandmarketingforyou.com separated by hyphens. You're at my YouTube channel already. You can hit subscribe. You don't have to. I've only got 32 subscribers. It's not really a lot at all. But I do have some videos with thousands of hits. My Colombian videos especially are very popular. I should probably push that playlist back up to the top there. I got some atheist videos with some great commentary on there, like people who visit and put in all their thoughts, all this kind of stuff. And then random ramblings of just in and around Toronto, in and around Seattle, in and around Colombia, different places I've been, and Calgary and all this kind of stuff. Samuelus Remus is my Twitter handle, and zAiDiBoy.blogspot.ca is my blog. Now, I wanted to show you guys TripLe lying down. This is my bed. It's just basically a mattress which is like folded up so that it's like semi like a divan. Delta India Victor Alpha Nancy. Guys, grab your pillows, okay? So TripLe once again is about fighting the movement. I call it muscle meditation movement. Muscle is activated, guys, as soon as you pick up weights. Okay, so you know, I usually do TripLe standing up. I've been neglecting my chest, and so this is a good opportunity for me to get some of that action going on. I got two different kinds of weights that I'm going to use. And by the way, please, please, please think about getting into sword play. It's fucking awesome, guys. Okay, you practice different, you know, different techniques and parry and thrust and all this kind of stuff, and it's, you know what, it's actually very therapeutic in terms of, you know, you can pretend that you're battling your demons, literally. You know, you can think of stressful occasions and, you know, you learn how to twirl the sword around and cool shit like that, yo. I was working for a time, like in the last couple of months, at a security job at construction sites. So I was a signal person. So I had a stop sign. I would twirl that fucking thing like a baton, yo, and people were like, whoa. People in their cars would be like looking at me and all this kind of shit, yo. I was like a ninja, man. It was fucked. Anyway, so I got these babies here. I'm hoping you're familiar with these guys, okay? Trusty rope in between. Okay, now these things I always check at least once a day to make sure they're nice and tight. And right now, as you can see, I've just picked them up. My elbows are resting on the ground, but that's okay because I'm still supporting the weight entirely, right? So, I mean, in a sense, you know, this is an easy position because my elbows are down. But it's a light start off, okay? So we're starting off light. Let's just move the pillows over a tiny bit, or actually, let's just turn the camera a little bit here. So, chest, okay? Standard chest move is bench press or butterfly curls, okay? So, butterfly curls, you take them and you just go out like that, like a butterfly back in. Now, here's the thing, guys. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that stuff. What I am saying is that stuff sometimes becomes a mental barrier, okay? That stuff is like you picture, oh, I need to go to the gym, and then immediately, you know, it's like 2 or 3 hours. Half an hour to get there. You get changed, another fucking, like, it's 45 minutes to an hour after you've left your home that you're actually working out. Right? And not to mention the people and the vibes and all this kind of bullshit, right? Now, granted, they have great equipment. You got nice, like, yoga mats and, you know, hardwood floors and gyms and all this kind of shit and pull-ups and levers, and you don't need none of that crap. In fact, it's worth... Alright, so you see what I'm doing? Instead of doing the classic curls, which you can do if you want, I'm just saying that 3M is a different approach. You don't have to worry about, hey, I gotta do 3 sets or 5 sets of 6 each and all this crap. Just pick up the weights. So right now I'm exercising. It may be low maintenance because my elbows are on the ground, so I raise my elbows. And right now I'm getting some great fucking chest exercise, and at a certain point, oh my god. You know, you feel the cricks coming out, and then you raise it a bit more, hold it there, okay? Raise it, and all this kind of stuff. And you do different things. You hold the, you know, pointing them this way, all this kind of stuff. One of my favorite things is to go like this. And you'll see that, I basically sit up when I'm doing this, right? So, basically, I'll sit up, and this is back, this is shoulder, all this kind of stuff. But you see what I'm doing? I'm holding it. I'm not going to let these weights fall down. And so when they do start to fall down, the rest pose, or the static lock, or whatever you want to call it, for lying down is as follows, as you can see. There's this, and then there's simply holding it straight up in the air. When you want to rest, right? You want to rest, you just lie back and you go like this. And then you can do different things. You can go like this as much as you can, as much as you can. Lean it forward, right? You're getting some good, you know, different areas of your chest, right? As you hold it in different places, you're working out different parts of your chest. And look, once again, my shoulders, my elbows are on the ground. But that's basically it. So you go like this, you go like this, and you go like this, okay? You can set up if you want, but make sure that you hold the weights up, right? Ugh. And you just keep them in the air as long as you can. And then adjust, your body adjusts accordingly. So this is, you know, the sitting position. Now, this is easy, but then when you begin to take the weights out, as you take the weights out more and more into the butterfly position, you're exercising more and more. So right now, in one sense, it's very easy because my elbows are down. On the other hand, I can really feel it in my fucking chest right now. I mean, I can feel the sinews pull, okay, and I can feel the muscles activated in my chest, which is great. You're resting down here, okay? You can go forward, sit up if you want, this way, whatever you want. And then you, same thing, sideways. Same things backwards, okay? So backwards is a very special area that I have a different set of weights that I use for. These weights are too heavy. I mean, one day I'm going to be able to do it like this, for instance. You're holding it here. Oh my God. And you just hold it as long as you can. Guys, I'm getting an incredible massage in my back and upper back and neck area right now. And I'll just continue that. So you careful with the weights, you put it down. If you feel any sinews pinching, if you feel any kind of joints kind of twisting, don't hurt yourself. That's the key. This technology, or whatever you want to call it, it's such a great album, guys. So it's very addictive, and it's very easy to get caught up in it. It's very easy to put yourself potentially in a dangerous position. So this is one of my favorites. This stick, by the way, let me just show you. This is fucking awesome. I found this on a walk with my wife once. It's one of the most amazing things I have in my life. Okay, so it's a fold-up fucking wand, eh? Check this out. It just unfolds, eh? It's so fucking intense, and it becomes a long-ass stick. Look at this. Look at this. It just becomes a... I don't even know. Nobody knows what it is. I mean, I don't know what it is, and I always like saying, when I don't know what something is, I always say, nobody knows what it is. But it's a gift from God as far as I'm concerned, right? It works perfectly. I got a rubber band, basically go like this. It's like that story where this guy, his sons are... And by the way, this is a great move too. You basically are sitting there, you hold your feet, and you push them out. That is a great fucking move. I discovered it taking a bath. And you get some nice stretching on, eh guys? Nice stretching. You go back, your leg, your back, your shoulders, all this kind of stuff. Oh my God, it feels so good. And I can feel the cricks coming out. And you can look and you can see, I'm sure you're looking and you can see the bicep obviously is flexing too. Put it down like this, get some more bicep action in there. Other leg. Obviously I've got my 5-pound Everlast weights on. I totally recommend these guys. Okay, because I mean, they're only 5 pounds, but it does make a difference. Sometimes I'll just grab them and I'll hold them out and kind of just get some stretching activity on. So with the rod, I'm sure that you guys are going to have your own setup in terms of what weights. I suggest you simply go to Walmart and you get a set of fucking weights like this, or you get the you can get the metal dumbbells. The only problem with the metal dumbbells, I guess, would be that they'd be a bit less comfortable, right? So you might want to wrap them in towels or put towels on your neck. But then the question becomes, you can't towel your whole body, can you, right? It seems kind of silly. And by the way, working out shirtless or even in shorts, right? It's great because you can see, like I work out, I got a full-length mirror. This is one of the secrets too, by the way. Full-length mirror, great fucking idea. Because you're looking at yourself. I've said for years that looking in the mirror, a lot of people see as an act of narcissism or vanity. For me, looking in the mirror is a meditation. There's a prayer that you say in Islam, like we've been taught in one of our books I read. You look in the mirror and you say, Alhamdulillah alladhi khalaqani. Praise to God who created me. Wahsin khalqi. Like my name's Hussein, it means good, basically. Hassan means good. Hussein means a person who does good. Praise be to God who created me and perfected my creation. You know, like people say, well, this is all just random. It's random. Like we just sprouted out of the ground somehow, and you know, nobody understands. Like evolution is a process, but nobody understands the force that's powering evolution. Anyway, that's a subject for my atheist videos, and I'm not going to start blabbing about that stuff here because there's no end to it, and it goes in circles. People are like, well, there's no evidence for God. This piece of plastic is evidence for God. Me talking to you is evidence for God. In fact, there's a verse of the Quran that says, "Innahu huwal haqq kama antum tantaqun." It's the truth, just as you talking to one another, just as the fact of you talking to one another. It's a very strange verse. There's a lot of weird mystical stuff like that in the Quran. Anyway, as you can see, the weights slip on really nice, and it's just really perfect. I mean, this is one of the reasons I believe in God. Because he gives me all this great shit. You'll be like, oh no, it's a law of attraction. I don't give a fuck what you call it. It works, and it's great. Okay, so this is lighter than the other one. So we got, actually the funny thing is it's not really, or is it? Let me just calculate here. 10. Oh no, these are 5 pounds. That's the thing. So this is 5 and 5, 10. And this is another 10. So this whole thing is 20. So this whole thing is as heavy as one of these dumbbells. So this for instance is 2 10s, and this is the same thing right here. This is 20 pounds. So if you want, guys, obviously then by deduction and induction, instead of getting a separate setup, I could just as well do what I'm about to do with one of these. I mean, that would necessitate unfastening it from the scarf is the only thing. So I can't wait to get this in the air. My body is crying for it. So you just put it in the air. That's it. That's 3M right there, guys. Pick it up. You can see it's off the ground. And if it's off the ground, that means my body's doing the work to keep it elevated. And as you begin to get into 3M, you'll just practice different moves, guys. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I was mentioning how going in back is so fucking awesome. So holding it like this, guys, you have no idea how much pleasure I'm getting right now. It's better by far than a fucking massage. The only thing that comes close is there's this thing called Migan. Right? When I started working at Computer Associates in Calgary, it was Control F1, a small software company in Calgary that got acquired by Computer Associates. So you see what I'm doing, basically. Using my body, the imperative is to keep this in the air. Okay, so as long as I keep it in the air, the muscles are activated, and essentially, I call it muscle movement meditation, but essentially you're fighting the movement. So I'm going to hold it like this, and I'll hold it for 3 or 4 minutes if I need to. It's usually just a couple of minutes. Guys, I'm in the world of exercise and sport, 1 minute is a lot. You've probably figured that out by now. So right now it's been 20 seconds, and I'm beginning to feel the burn. So as that happens, I'm adjusting myself slowly. The body is adjusting itself, and different muscles, as I move, different muscles are kicking in. So you sit up, you're getting your back, you're getting your triceps, you're getting your neck, and you see what I'm doing. It's like, oh my God, just a nice massage as different parts of my upper body are being activated. And this is once again one of my favorites. So you lean back into it. You can arch your back a bit if you like, okay? And we're getting some good shoulder exercise right now. And that's one of the reasons that I haven't been focusing on chest, guys, because I had a fitness trainer once in Calgary told me that if you want to develop your upper body, guys, it's a real nice tip. Your shoulders are key. Think about it. Your shoulders are attached to your chest and to your fucking arms. So if your shoulders are not strong, guys, so shoulder exercise is essentially like this. When you're like this, you're exercising your shoulder. Okay, so you can sit up and do this if you like. You just hold it up, and as I lean back and as I move this around, I'm activating. See, as you move the weight back and forth in your body and stuff, you're activating different muscles. You start off here and you're holding it, you're holding it, you're holding it, and then you move it, and then so that's why the fucking thing is so effective. Look at my body, I'm so fucking proud of it. I'm not trying to show off or boast, I'm just saying that, guys, it's some really good fucking shit. You know, you really should think about getting serious about exercising, because it's so much fun, it's so fucking healthy, it's going to change everything about your life. It changes the way you move, changes the way you walk, it changes your confidence, you feel stronger. People see me walking around and I just feel different, guys. I mean, usually when people walk around, they're like shuffling a lot of the time. They're just shuffling about, shuffling their feet. You know, I take steps and I'll put my foot up on a lamppost or a post or a recycling bin or anything, and I'll start stretching in public. That's how addicted I have gotten to this. So once again, I got the weights on my feet, right? That was a Velcro right there. And as I'm doing my chest stuff, I can keep my feet in the air, right? And so you can see that basically I'm getting some great action, great stretching action going on. Oh my god, guys, you have no fucking clue how pleasurable this is right now. My shoulders feel it and everything. So that's basically it. You know what? Because you're here and I'm here and it's only been 15 minutes, let's do some standing up exercises too. This thing, by the way, I was saying the only thing close to 3M is Migan. This is Migan right here. Okay, I don't know what it says down here, but this blanket, so basically it's a company in Korea called Migan, Mike, India, Golf, Umbrella, November. And they make these amazing, guys, if you have a chance, just Google MyganWorld.com and find a location near you. They're infrared, jade, all these ionized and all this shit. So basically it's a massage bed with rollers that roll up and down your spine and up and down your legs, and they're heated and they're jade, and they got all these great ionizing properties. All I can say is this: after spending half an hour to 45 minutes in a Migan massage bed, you walk like you're on a cloud. You just, your whole body has been opened up, and it's deep penetrating and it's infrared and all this kind of stuff. Now, on the other hand, they're very expensive. I was going to buy one once when we were living in Minneapolis, right? So I even gave the lady like $1,000, eh? And you know, then we ended up leaving Minneapolis, and you know, that was that. You know, she charged me $50 and gave me like 950 back or whatever. So here we go. So standard 3M once again. As you know, what I do is I'll just pick it up and I'll just pop it onto my neck. So we can do something sitting down right now, just to show you the final piece. So you sit on your knees. Like, sometimes I'm just so fucking tired, but at the same time, my body demands attention. Like, I'll feel like my neck, and I'm going like this, and I'm going like that, and I'm trying to get that crick out, right? And ultimately, what I found is there's nothing like 3M. And the second thing, very interestingly, praying. Praying actually, when I have my head on the ground, I can start like flexing my neck and all this kind of stuff. It's pretty amazing. I won't really get into that because that's probably not something you're going to do, right? So sitting on the ground, you just pick up the weights. Once you've picked them up, you just figure out what to do next. So hold them, hold them, hold them until you're tired. You know, I haven't even put the rope around my neck. So right now I'm getting some good shoulder exercise and yes, chest exercise too. So as I lean into it, I can stand up. The weight itself is helping me, okay? And you know, you just get familiar with this shit, right? You probably look at me with this stuff and you're like, wow, that guy's really good. I don't know what you're thinking, but I'll just tell you this much, guys. What I'm doing right now, first of all, I don't know if it looks hard. I'm trying to make it look very easy. I'm trying very hard to motivate you to just get a set of weights and just pick them up. That's how I started with this shit. Because what I discovered is that when I'm grocery shopping and I pick up the bags and I'm walking home with a couple of bags, it feels great, guys. You can feel it in your shoulders. You're rooted into the ground. Your core is totally activated because you're using it to balance. So once it's down here like this, after a while you begin to feel your shoulders burn. This is, by the way, a gym exercise, right, for shoulders. I don't do none of that. I just hold it here, and as I begin to get tired, I just shift the weight. So right now I'm shifting it here. So the muscles that I was using before are no longer active. I'm using different muscles. And after a while this begins to burn, so I shift it some more, right? Okay, you can see my whole body is getting activated. You can lean back into it, kind of get some chest action going on. You can raise it higher and higher and higher and so on and so forth. And then when you get tired, once again, this is a static lock for the vertical position. So right now, my arms are totally kind of resting. I'm using just my rotator muscles or fucking cuffs or whatever the hell they are, just to balance the weight. So I am using some arm, but mostly what I'm doing right now is just, it's like carrying weight, which is exercise. You're burning calories. So once again, what I usually do to start off with, as you know, I'm hoping by now you've seen some of my other videos. So this is on the floor, okay? You basically lean into it, put it on your neck, right? That's it. Now I can sometimes, I might sometimes go like this, and they're on my neck. Because the neck is my main kind of nemesis in a way, right? Because I got cricks that develop in there. I've explained this many times before, right? So you've got electricity that goes through your body, blood goes through your body, and there's chemical reactions. The electricity, you can see I'm running out of breath, right? Because I'm burning calories as we speak, guys. Just standing here with the weights on, and I'm getting a great neck massage. So the electricity is AKA also known as nervous impulses, right? So electricity travels through your parental guidance, yo. PG-13, eh? Electricity travels through your body. It travels through nerves, and the nerves are connected through what are called synapses. It's essentially exactly like what I'm showing you with my hands and fingers interlocking, okay? The two nerve endings come together, and this is the synapse. Unfortunately or fortunately, the way God created us is He created us to get a stretch on. If you don't get a stretch on, you're not going to be fit. If you exercise and all this shit, but you don't stretch at all, I can tell you're not really a fitness person. However, if you're a maniac like me, and you're walking up and down the street putting your fucking leg on mailboxes, I'll basically just kick my leg up anyway and start stretching. You know, and that's like waist level. I can kick my leg up like this. It's actually a taekwondo kick. You bring your leg up and you bring it down. You basically bring it up and you bring it down on the person, right? Basically, if there's a person standing in front of me, I can take my leg up the side of that person and bring my fucking heel or the flat of my sole smash onto the guy's head. And people still fuck with me. I'll be wearing like steel-toed boots and people fuck with me, guys. I don't know why I brought that up. Anyway, you do all kinds of amazing things and you discover all kinds of amazing moves. Like this one right here, one of my favorites. So once again, it's shoulders, and once again, all I'm doing is, my goal in terms of the process is keeping the weights off the ground. And the weights are off the ground, my body has to self-adjust. Because standing here, it starts to ache after a while, so I got to lean into a bit. And I get some relief from the previous position, previous muscles, and I'm using slightly different set of muscles. Once again, you lean all the way into it, you go down to your neck, etc. Or, you just throw this rope back. This is one of my fucking favorites. You throw the rope back, and then you got this action going on. So this is pulling down your arms. You lean back into it. You got some nice stretching going on, eh? Like this. Guys, I feel like Superman right now. You know, it's like, bring it on. It's like you're standing there in the middle of a hurricane. And then you can move this up and down like that if you want. Like sometimes I'll grab the ends of this thing like I'm playing a video game, like, joystick kind of thing. And you can do whatever you want, guys. You go like this, you push the weights out. Okay, you're getting some upper shoulder. But then, again, and I've showed you this on other videos, the spine is that column that houses the central nervous system, essentially, which ends at the base of the neck, which is one of the most important areas of the body. The spine has a lot of these synapses and stuff where energy. So what happens is, so the electricity, once again, is traveling through your body. It travels through nerves. comes to synapses, and then it needs to jump across from one nerve to the other. Some of it gets trapped in between. So when you're exercising or stretching and you're moving about and kicking up your legs and you're going like this, like I'll hold onto the wall and I'll stretch this way and that way, you'll hear the cricks. Like one of my favorite things with my wife Judith is, I can tell, somehow I can tell. Like, you might call me a psychic, but like in Pakistan, for example, one of my favorite aunts, I used to massage my grandmom and all my aunts and my mom's feet and all the stuff. And these people would be like, oh my God, in heaven. Because God's given me a gift of somehow I know where the tension is, eh? Like, I'll see Judith, my wife, and I know she's got a crick in her back. And so I'll grab her and hug her and I'll say, okay, let your breath go. And then I'll go crick, 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 like this. And it's like boom, boom, boom. So that's what I'm doing right now. As you can see right now, the weight is kind of balanced over here, but I am working out. Because I need to kind of lean into it to make sure it doesn't fall off, all this kind of stuff. But in terms of the spine, basically you want to move the rope a bit up. Okay, so you move it gently up the column, your spinal column. And then you're standing. This is exactly like a prayer pose. But guys, I really want to emphasize how much fun this is. I want to emphasize how pleasurable it is. Guys, remember, like the Good Life, I got a Good Life shirt here, eh? They're celebrating 30 years or some crap. And the Good Life is the best life. It's like good to great, right? The Good Life will make you great, guys. Think good thoughts, okay? Don't be jealous, don't be petty, don't be envious, don't be judgmental. I mean, you have to judge. It's a human faculty, by the way. I say to people, you know, you have to judge. But judge correctly. And reserve bad judgments. In Islam, we call it husn al-dhan. Like, once again, my name's Hussein. Hussein means one who does good. Hassan means goodness. And husn al-dhan, dhan means opinion. Like the Quran says, وَمَا بَعْدَ الْحَقِّ إِلَّا الدَّنْ. Okay? وَلَا يُغْنِي الظَّنَّ مِنَ الْحَقِّ شَيْئًا. Conjecture, like a lot of people have theories about the universe. Well, it's this and it's that, but you don't really have any definitive proof. And it's all theorization, right? It's all hypothesizing. It's called dhan, having an opinion. Same thing about different people. So you meet someone, you see what I'm doing. Like, instead of going like this, what normal person would do, I'll just hold it up there like this. Okay, and after a while, oh, the muscle moves down. I mean, the weight forces you to move. So you're putting this on different parts of your spine, okay? And your spine's getting a nice massage. And you know what? You'll learn all kinds of stuff. Like this, for instance. You'll just learn how to do it. And yes, of course you can stand up and down and do squats and all these kinds of things. And I do all of that stuff. But the main and key difference that I'm trying to explain to you guys is it's not about movement. I call this thing 3M. The last M is meditation. So first M is muscle. Just by holding these off the ground, I'm exercising, okay? And when I go into various positions with different muscles, okay, so right now it's shoulders, and I'll pull it up here, and then hold it there. Hold it there. Hold it there. Hold it there. Another cool thing with the rope is that if you basically get the rope up around your neck, you can help it, you can support your other activities. So if I do biceps like this, I can go like this and use total biceps, okay, and just hold it there. Just hold it there. Just hold it there. And by the way, think about all those stressful situations you've been in. Think about these people who are giving you a hard time and you got to go talk to them now. All those little fucking things will seem so insignificant, but guys, seriously, you'll be so zoned in. And I usually shut my eyes, and that's the meditation aspect of it. So, lock position here. So you get tired, you just lock. So basically I'm resting right now, but I'm still getting some good back exercise. I can still feel different parts of my body. If I want to, I can go like this, hold it up like this, just hold it there. Guys, you will come up with your own stuff based on what muscles you need to work out, based on where the energy is trapped in your body. You can take this thing, you can go from side to side if you want, just hold it, just hold it. Or, and then the other side, or how about this one? So I got my 5-pound Everlast weights on, guys. Go on one foot. It's so fucking amazing. It's like Karate Kid. So when you go on one foot, obviously, then you're using different set of muscles and faculties to balance yourself. You know, facilities or whatever, right? So I'm balancing myself, and can you tell that I'm getting a whole bunch of great exercise? from core to muscles, everything, head to foot. And here's another thing, guys. I couldn't find my way back home. Guys, here's a little tip, okay? You don't want to do split body part exercises, and you do want to do full body exercise. This goes out to my buddy and one of my best friends for the time that I was there, my trainer in Seattle. His name is Matt. I forget his last name, right? And he used to be like 300 pounds, guys. If you go to his blog, 300 pounds, and he's like super fucking fit. And he's a fucking fitness fanatic. He taught me about split body parts versus full body workouts. Guys, all of the muscles and all of the parts of your body are obviously interconnected and joined together. Such a beautiful fucking song, eh? Oh man, Soundgarden is the shit, eh? Chris Cornell's voice is fucking killer. He cut a track for one of these James Bond movies, eh? The lead song, seriously. Like 2 Daniel Craig movies ago, I forget what it's called. Full body exercise, the traditional way of working out is all messed up. I've explained this again and again and again. So, guy goes into the gym and he's like, "Hey man, what are you working out today?" The guy's like, "Oh, I'm doing chest and shoulders," because it's just some cool shit. It's another one of those gym things, right? It's stupid. It's stupid shit. When I work out my whole body. So, I work out my whole body 5 times a week, at least, because that's, like, I do this shit every day. I mean, you'll just go to a different level, guys. Once you become a fitness fucking addict, you'll just go to a different level. You won't talk about it, you won't pose, you won't do different things like that. You'll just be doing it constantly. Your body demands it. Your eating habits change. It's like my beautiful babe, mentor, who doesn't know I exist, incidentally, Vicky Justice, Bikini Model Fitness, okay? She got me into this whole fucking thing when I see her body and how the simple shit she does at home. She barely uses any weights, guys. She'll use a chair, yoga mat, whatever's handy. And she'll be doing squats and jumps and legs up and all this kind of stuff. But you can see the definition. You can see the muscle. Not to mention the beautiful tan, eh? She's gorgeous, isn't she, guys? You gotta go visit this shit. Bikini Model Fitness. Go to YouTube and just put in Vicky Justice with a Z. It's a Y. Vicky, V-I-C-K-Y, and then Justice with a Z. So I think I'm done here. I think you've gotten the message. There may or may not be future fucking 3M videos, because I've already done everything. Standing up, sitting down, lying down, and we're done. I've explained the philosophy, I've explained how fun it is, I've explained all of the different things that I've gone through in order to get myself to a point where I'm actually not ashamed to fucking show off my body to practically the whole world. You know? It's up to one of you guys to go out there and package this thing if you want to, and you've got my fucking permission, because I don't do this stuff for money. I don't do anything I do for money. I do it, I mean, I want to be well known in the sense that I want to affect people. I want my message or whatever it is. Like somebody the other day was like, "Oh great," like I was on WhatsApp and I would send out broadcasts to everybody on my WhatsApp, my phone, all my contacts who are using WhatsApp, all random shit. My videos are just motivational quips, and some people mind it, and I tell them to fuck off, actually, even if I know them or don't know them. You got to get to a point where, as Don Juan said, you got to leave your friends and family. In Islam, it's called migration, hijrah. Like, Prophet Muhammad had to migrate from Mecca to Medina because he was persecuted in his home city. And he'd sit sometimes in the desert and face Mecca and open his fucking, can you believe this? I'm swearing to something related to the Holy Prophet, guys. I feel so bad about this. You know, why am I so vulgar? لا يحب الله جهرة من القول إلا لمن ظلم. God doesn't like vulgar speech except for someone who's been wronged. And that's me, guys. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining, eh? So, Prophet Muhammad would open, peace be upon him and his family, he'd open his shirt and he'd say, "I can feel the wind coming from Mecca." And that's when I stopped subscribing to the notion that patriotism is the last refuge of a scoundrel. So it's a really great saying by Ernest Hemingway. I got a book around here. It's a really great book, Ernest Hemingway on writing. So some cat went out and went through all of Hemingway's books and essays and articles and letters and whatever the fuck he wrote. Ernest Hemingway is obviously a fixture of English literature, in case you're wondering. And everything that Ernest Hemingway had said about writing, specifically, the guy put into a book. It's amazing. Guys, there's so much amazing stuff out there. Reading, exercising, you know, playing video games, watching movies, and reading books and stuff. And like in this little room of mine, it's heaven, right? Our problem is this, guys. There's two things. It's called World of People. Second one is called World of Things. World of People, there's two things. You're trying to become more powerful and influential, which is bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's just more problems. But now there are other people's problems you got to worry about. Like you want to be a manager. Imam Ali, peace be upon him, said that a manager or administrator, I guess, whichever word he used, peace be upon him. Guys, check it out. He's like a guy riding a lion. People admire him. And people are like in wonder and awestruck, but only that person himself knows his own situation. Imagine riding a lion. Isn't that an amazing saying? Imam Hussein's saying was as follows, which I forgot to relate to you. He said, people, if it weren't the case that, you can tell how tired I am probably, right? Oh God, and because I just exercised. I'm just zoned out right now. So he said, people, if it weren't for the fact that if you guys, and this is my mom, by the way. I think this was back in Sharjah, circa 97. Sharjah is the United Arab Emirates, like the sister emirate of Dubai. Like UAE Emirates, instead of states, like United States, it's like United Emirates. Why emirate? Amir means leader in Arabic. Like Imam Ali for us is Amir al-Mu'mineen. That's his famous title. The leader of the believers, and that includes Muslims and non-Muslims, by the way. And Imam al-Muttaqeen, the leader. Imam also means leader. Imama means in front, and Imam. So the guy who leads the prayer in the mosque is called an Imam as well. So you see, my body is telling me to say goodbye to you, and it's been doing it for the last few minutes, but I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it, guys. That's how I live. Eh? A warrior doesn't do anything without a sign, says Don Juan. And so I read signs into everything, and a lot of people think that's delusional thinking. It's working out pretty good for me, and my question is what you're doing working out for you? Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, said, folks, if it wasn't for the fact that you guys committed sins, you people, he said, peace be upon him, if people, like you people and people in general, if it wasn't the case that they were, Emilia Hart is the greatest one. Oh my God, she's so gorgeous, eh? Just imagine knowing someone like that, eh? I've known plenty of people like that, but I mean, it's great, isn't it? Like, especially when you first meet someone, eh? And you're like in that love bubble. The problem is that when it bursts, it's as sweet as it is entering and dwelling in that bubble. When it bursts, it's like fucking undue hardship, if you know what I mean, eh? So, Amelia Hart's great and everything, but I'm glad I don't know her in real life, quite frankly, because I have a lot of fun with her up on the wall. Like, sometimes I'll look over, and it's like she's, obviously with the camera effect, it's like she's looking right at you. And guys, it's funny how you can transpose whatever you're thinking onto whatever you're looking at. So, if you look at this picture of Cathy, now, to you, it might look like she's curious, because that's just what you're reading into it. To me, it looks like she's just waiting. Oh my God, isn't she gorgeous? That's the new Soundgarden album, by the way. And this song is called Eyelid's Mouth. So, I guess I'm going to call it a day, eh? Imam Hussein said if it wasn't for the fact that, he said, peace be upon him, that you people sin, but then you feel sorry and you cry and you ask God for forgiveness. Think about this, guys, if you're spiritual. If it wasn't for all of that you guys do all of this, God, if you didn't sin and commit sins and ask for forgiveness and cry to God, if that weren't the case, let's say you were infallible, like the family of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon them all. God would have created another creation that did sin and did beseech him for forgiveness and cry to him. Why? Because he loves to forgive, guys. Can you imagine that? That's Islam. So people are like, you know, they're on a spiritual path and they get caught up in the fact that they are trying to improve themselves and they keep faltering. That faltering, the thing is this, you gotta just internalize the truth that you, La tuzakki anfusakum, says the Quran. Don't think of yourselves as pure and holy. Worst mistake, guys. That's when Satan's got you. That's when you've fallen off the path. You got to stay humble. You got to fight arrogance, right? You got to fight the sense of security, which doesn't really exist in this world, according to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. You know, I'm a security officer, but I know best, seriously, that there's no security. Every day I do my patrols, I might see something different. So guys, I got an interview tomorrow with G4S, Group 4 Security Corps. They got 600,000 employees. It sounds like it can't be possible. Go look them up, man. They started in Montreal, biggest security company in the world. And yesterday, see, this is how great God is. Like, I'm being evicted in 5 days, but I'm having such a great time with things. It's like our 60 man, peace be upon him, said. I started tweeting these quotes of his from The Lantern of the Path, which is the world's first self-help book written by him. 99 chapters, 1 page each, on spiritual virtues. So tell me that's not self-help book. A 1-page chapter on love, or hope, or fear, or, you know, abstinence, or love of the world, or social matters, or there's a chapter on walking, there's a chapter on sleeping, there's a chapter on eating, right? This kind of minutiae to a normal person. Oh man, religion just wants to, you know, impose arbitrary rules that were made up by some other fucker. How stupid. Do you read like famous fucking people, or like, let me put it this way, like, do you subscribe to, like, if you subscribe to any kind of thinking, just think about what I'm about to say. How much of what you know did you come up with yourself? Not much. Like, so Immanuel Kant and David Hume and Descartes, and that's all natural sciences or philosophy or whatever. But then you got Newton and all these things, and basically our whole world, the exterior world as well as the interior world of ideas and principles and knowledge and stuff that we've figured out as humans after being on this ball of mud for fucking millennia, So that stuff is not stuff that you came up with, but it's stuff that you subscribe to. In the same way, like, in terms of morality, people say, well, you don't need religion in order to be noble or good and stuff like that. Guys, I really should go. So that was Imam Hussein saying. I related everything else I wanted to in that aspect. You know, it's great. I'm glad you tuned in. I've been talking for 45 minutes almost, and it just passed like that. So I thank God for that, and I thank God for people like you who are watching this, and hopefully got something out of it. Maybe you stopped the thing, you're tempted to stop just after I stopped exercising, but I appreciate it if you did hang around and listen to all of this stuff. Last thing I wanted to say is this. On the previous video where I was in my Pakistani national dress, I mentioned Gary Vaynerchuk, and I forgot to tell you what he said. It's going to blow your mind, and I'll leave it at this. Guys, you won't even believe this. Gary V over at VaynerMedia is a company he founded, not co-founded. It's his company. He works with major brands like Gatorade and all this kind of stuff, NFL fucking advertising, all this kind of nonsense. One of his brands, I think it was Gatorade or something, most talked about brand during NFL. How does he accomplish this? He calls it the thank you economy. So you basically interact with people and add value. You give them information, you send them links, and when they are in a position when they say thank you to you, that's when you got them. If a person feels indebted to you and grateful to you, I mean, the shoe's on the other foot, you see. As a salesperson or a marketer, you're usually trying to be proactive. You're trying to get out there and get them. Now, how cool is it if they're coming to you? And part of that is the thank you economy. So you do stuff for people, and then they come to you and they're grateful and they need more help and all this kind of stuff. But they're beholden to you, okay? And you, therefore, can... It's not manipulation, it's just common sense. This is what Gary Vee said. It's so fucking insane. Since the beginning of time till 2004, all of the data and content and knowledge from cave paintings to Renaissance novels to everything, paintings in general, Picasso, all these guys, Renan, all these guys, Debussy, all of this. Oh, this song is so fucking awesome. Every song on this CD, guys, is so fucking killer. I wrote up there on the wall, been gone a long time. That's the name of the first track, and you can tell I'm marking this place up just because these guys are just anal. I signed a 1-year lease, and now I gotta leave. They want me to leave this month, and I want to leave this month. I don't like to stick around where I'm not welcome, right? So we'll call it a quits for now, but Gary Vaynerchuk said that all of the content, let's call it, content, books, writing, speaking, anything I guess, anything that we put out there in the creative realm, let's put it that way. It's hard to talk about what content is, right? Content, I mean, I've written about it extensively on my website. You've got electronic content, you've got audiovisual content, you've got written content, you've got spoken content. I mean, I don't know if there's anything after that, right? It can be online, right? It doesn't have to be online. If you've written a book, that's not really online. It might be in person or like in a physical form, etc. All of the content that was created from the beginning of the time to 2004, since then, is recreated every 48 hours. Can you believe this shit? Like, okay, let's just put it like this. Nowadays, in 48 hours, more content. It's inconceivable, actually, what I'm saying right now, if you understand it. More content is created in a 48-hour period in 2016 than was created and available, or whatever, created since the beginning of time in 2004, guys. I don't know what I was talking about in the previous video when I brought that up, but that's what that quote was. Guys, you can see what it is, right? I don't want to leave you. I love you guys. I fucking love you even though you don't exist, eh? So pick up some weights, get some weights, okay? Be safe. You know, you can warm up before getting started. As I mentioned, you know, I'll take these Everlast weights, and sometimes I'll do 3M with these guys. I'll just hold it like this, like just holding this like this, guys. This is just a 5-pound weight. Oh, I love the song. But right now, it's 3M. You can see my bicep beginning to bulge. My tricep is activated right now. And look at that definition. Do you see that little bit of definition delineating my bicep and tricep? It's some good shit, yo. So just holding it in the air, keeping it in the air. And as you get tired in one place, you know, you just hold it somewhere else. And oh my god, it feels so good. It feels so good, guys. I love you. Take care. Comments appreciated. Here, come give me a kiss, dear viewer, eh? Go fucking exercise, you fucking lazy fucks.